Section 2.3 has to do with two very important things to support deductive reasoning. We've been talking about inductive reasoning, where you're looking and drawing conclusions at lots of examples given. Deductive reasoning is absolute proof that something is true, and we absolutely prove it by laws, properties, and facts. The rest of the geometry book has to do with deductive reasoning, where we prove things absolutely true. You also see this in the clue game. The two things that support deductive reasoning are the law of detachment and the law of syllogism. The law of detachment says that if the hypothesis of a true conditional statement is true, then the conclusion is true. We have the example, if two angles are right angles. That's the conditional if part. If two angles are right angles, then the conclusion they are congruent. By the law of detachment, we're given angle C and angle D are right angles, so we know that is true, because it's given, so we know that angle C and angle D are congruent. Another example, if Nathan is enrolled at the high school, at Metro High School, that's the if part, then Nathan has an ID number. We're told that Nathan is enrolled at the Metro High School, so the hypothesis is true, so we know that the conclusion is true. Nathan will have an ID number. Both the law of detachment and the law of syllogism are referred to in the rest of the chapter. The law of syllogism is also very important. It says that if P, then Q, and if Q, then R, then we know that if P, then R. So let's do some examples. Use the law of syllogism to write a new conditional that follows the given conditionals. We have two of them. If y to the third equals 8, then y equals 2. That's your first conditional. Second conditional, if y equals 2, notice that these relate, then 3y plus 4 equals 10. By the law of syllogism, we can conclude that if y to the third power equals 8, then 3y plus 4 equals 10. Another example, if Joe takes geometry this year, like you're all doing, then he will take Algebra 2 next year. If Joe takes Algebra 2 next year, then he will go to college. So we have two conditionals. So we can make a new conditional by the law of syllogism. If Joe takes geometry, then he will go to college. Let's have you do one by the law of syllogism that you're going to fill in question number 1 on your form. So you're going to apply the law of syllogism to, if the radius of a circle is 4 feet, then the diameter is 8 feet. If the radius of the circle is 4 feet, and if you're given that as the second conditional, then its area is 16 pi feet squared. What conclusion can you make using the law of syllogism?